We're finally getting this creature feature sequel. Let's talk a little bit about it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
I want to be a fighter, like you.
Oh, let it burn! Let it burn!
Did you miss me?
You have to shoot them in the head. They always come back.
The boat can leave now. Tell the crew.
But sometimes that is better.
Good luck.
Hey everybody, I'm KillJoy Jake, and in preparation for today's video, I started ending small talk conversations with strangers by saying, "See ya later, alligator," unironically. Not one person has replied in a while, crocodile, and that makes me quite sad. Crawl is such a banger of a creature feature, and I was really surprised by this one when I got to see it all the way back in 2019. It's a basic thriller that mostly takes place at a single location during a Category 5 hurricane in Florida.
Grab your families, your loved ones, and get out.
Trapped in their family home, Haley and her estranged father, Dave, must fight to survive against the elements and a hungry alligator. The film serves as a reunion for leads Kaya Scodelario and Barry Pepper, having previously starred in 2015's The Maze Runner, The Scorched Trials together. Both give incredible performances here, delivering on a shockingly well-executed emotional angle to the film, as well as fueling its ferocity. Crawl features nail-biting suspense and a CGI alligator that actually doesn't look like shit. That's a tough accomplishment for any CGI monster movie. It's not perfect by any means, but I think it captures the same charm as this year's Primate, being a simple but well-executed creature feature that knows exactly what it is.
There's something wrong with Ben.
The film was also a financial success at the box office, reeling in over $90 million against its $15 million budget. The flick still gets a lot of love to this day, as it was recently reported that it's one of the most popular horror flicks over on Paramount+. The sequel for this film was announced all the way back in 2024, taking a brand new but still very exciting direction. All we knew about the sequel at first is that it would take place in New York City during a flood this time, leading to all the flushed away alligators resurfacing from the sewers and causing panic. Do kids these days even know about that whole urban legend where people in New York City would buy little baby alligators that were illegal, by the way, and when they got too big they would flush them down the toilet, so a lot of people assumed that there was just a ton of alligators living in the sewers, despite the fact that it's disgusting down there, ridden with bacteria, and also alligators definitely wouldn't survive a harsh New England winter? Do the kids still talk about that? Is that still hip? Probably not, and it's a total load of crap, but it has made for some great movies in the past.
Alligators in the sewers?
After a recent interview of producer Sam Raimi talking about wanting to get going on this sequel, it has been officially announced this past weekend. Reported by THR First, Crawl 2 will star Scream's Mason Gooding and Fear Street's Emily Rudd. So you're telling me Chad Meeks Martin is going back to New York City to fight alligators instead of a family of ghost faces this time? Count me in! I hope he gets ripped apart by alligators and somehow still survives in the end. Mason Gooding has had a pretty great career since breaking out into the horror scene back in 2022, being featured in movies like Fall and Hard Eyes. This will hopefully be another killer role for the guy. While Emily Rudd is more of a Netflix mainstay with big roles in both the Fear Street and live-action One Piece universes, I'm just happy to see her in another horror project. I will miss the criminally underrated Kaya Scodelario in this flick, however. Maybe her and her dad make a cameo. It's also exciting to hear that horror maestro Alexander Aja is back in the director's chair. Probably best known for High Tension, also known as Switchblade Romance internationally, Aja has become a versatile powerhouse in the genre, dabbling in everything from remakes of classic Wes Craven movies, remakes of hidden gem 80s movies, and creature features.
Oh my god.
I will note though that Piranha 3D is a remake of the Roger Corman movie, but really only in namesake. Piranha 3D is a much more hornier animal than any entry in that series that came before it. Jerry O'Connell gets his penis bitten off and everything. It's a wild ride. Crawl is Aja at his best, with the film focusing mostly on suspense and tension building. It captures the same brutal energy in a smaller story, very similar to something like High Tension, but you know, with a fucking alligator.
Pete, you hear that?
It's sick as fuck, dude. Where the original spec script for Crawl came from the Rasmussen brothers and was revised by Aja, we do have different creatives forming the story this time around. There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen with this one, as Jason Harry Pagan and Andrew Deutschman worked on the script, as did Aja and Gregory Levasseur. Pagan and Deutschman are probably best known from their work on Project Almanac. It's a found footage sci-fi movie that focuses on a young group of teenagers who somehow build a time machine.
Here we go, Project Almanac. Temporal relocation prototype? What does that mean?
It comes from that odd movement in the early 2010s where they were trying to make non-horror found footage flicks. Some other popular examples of these are Project X and Chronicle. Just for the record, I am a weird defender of all three of these films. They also co-wrote the script for one of the only Paranormal Activity flicks I don't really care for, which is of course Ghost Dimension.
I've heard of spirit photography before, I've just never seen it in person.
I have to admit though, after a recent rewatch of that one, I'm starting to come around to it a little bit, but I still think it was a mistake to show the ghosts the entire time. It just feels like a fundamental misunderstanding of why found footage works in the first place. It's the horrors of the unknown. What's scary about found footage is what you don't see. Gregory Levasseur, however, is a frequent collaborator of Aja's who has worked on almost every other project of his. Gregory also made his directorial debut with The Pyramid, a movie I keep meaning to watch as I see it on Tubi all the time. Ah, Tubi, a bizarro horror fan's wonderland. The switch up in the writer's room definitely has me a little concerned, but like, this is a New York City alligator attack movie, man. That writes itself! Just don't make the characters insufferable like a lot of other Paramount horror movies lately. I'm looking at you, Sick and Scream 7. And also it is a sequel, so just top the violence from the previous film and you got yourself a hit on your hands, baby. I do feel like a big reason why this movie is being made is because of the success of Primate earlier this year. While it didn't explode at the box office like some other original releases lately, Primate still made a modest $41.6 million against its $21 million reported budget. It makes sense that Paramount is trying to corner the creature feature market, especially considering the praise both of these films received from critics. I think they're banking on getting that crowd to come to the theaters while also pulling Crawl fans out of the water finally. I'm so happy we're finally getting the sequel, man. Before we wrap up today's video, please make sure to like it and subscribe to this page for more updates on the most exciting horror projects. You can also listen to horror updates on Spotify while you're on the go. Also, the best way to support this channel is by becoming a patron over on Patreon. Over there, you can find a ton of bonus content like reactions to various horror TV shows and movies. We're currently watching Dexter and Hannibal with multiple episodes going up there a week. No, what? Check it out by clicking on the link in the description below. One final plug and I'll shut the heck up. Please make sure to also check out my film channel, Human Egg Productions, where we're currently posting horror and comedy short films every Friday. If you like slashers especially, check out the gory short I wrote and directed called Chicken Man. Thank you to everyone who supports all of my pages. So what do you guys think about Crawl 2? Will this be another bangin' creature feature, or do you think this one is more likely to sink than swim? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, please subscribe, and I'll see you later, alligator. You all better put the correct response down in the comments, or so help me.